Today's Saturday, August 27th. And wah, 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 wah. Now, that is the sound of the teacher in Peanuts, the cartoon strip with Charlie Brown. And what is so clever about that is, Charlie Brown is that when you're a baby, you don't understand a thing. And the reason why babies look at you with their wide open eyes is because they have no clue what you're doing. They'll look at you and they're just absorbing. They're just receiving everything through their senses. That's what they're a baby. And I've noticed that in life, everything is that way. I've noticed something. I've noticed that there's a book called the book that talks about 10,000 hours. Before the 10,000 hours starts, everyone is a baby. It's fresh. And then when it's related to day trading, people say that you have to spend about 3 years in day trading to have an idea how to day trade. Because in day trading, it's essentially being a baby. When you initially start, you don't know what you're doing. Now, yesterday and many days and numerous days, every time I have like 30% loss or 40% of my capital that just disappeared, I tend to look myself in the mirror, if there is a mirror, and I would like talk to myself. For instance, I'd be in my car driving to wash dishes, and then I would look at myself. I'd adjust the rearview mirror. I would adjust my head so that I could be in front of the rearview mirror so I can look at myself and say to myself, hey, why did you do that? Why did you do that? See, the thing is, when I look at myself, I'm a 53-year-old man. But in reality, in day trading, I'm a itsy little baby. I had no idea. What a concept. So when these professionals that are on Twitter and on YouTube, SMB Capital, which is probably, I would say their program is probably foolproof way to becoming a day trader, based on what I've reviewed. And all the other channels and everyone else, numerous individuals who've become like 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure traders, they're adults. They are adults in full-fledged adults in day trading. So when I'm attempting to do what they do, I fall down and then I have to scream at myself. Why do I scream at myself? I shouldn't be doing that. So one of the individuals who are head of futures, I believe he's the head of futures, and he said this: I used to scream at myself, be so mean to myself when I was initially learning. Because when he was initially learning, he didn't realize that when he looked in the mirror, he must have been like 40, maybe 30 or 40 years old at that time, right? So when he looked in the mirror, he saw his own reflection, but he was only able to see what he can see. And Dr. Steenbacher said these words. He says, you only see what you are capable of seeing. Yeah, that's true. So I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm looking at this 53-year-old looking back at me, and I'm thinking to myself, why? Why are you making these mistakes? You're a 53-year-old guy. right? You're 53 years old and you have wrinkles and you drive a car, you have a driver's license, right? You have to read a book to figure out how to do that. And then I realized that trading is a totally different dimension. Trading is a completely different dimension. And there are people who are extremely bright, who are able to catch on in like a month or two, or maybe less than a year. I mean, they know it. And these individuals are able to study on their own and figure it out. Those are the smart people. But what I've noticed is that I'm not smart. And so I have to crawl. Right? You got like baby geniuses who read Bibles and plays the guitars and things like that, right? That's what I'm talking about. But that's not me. I had to work as an engineer for a few years to figure out what engineering really was, right? So trading is essentially nurturing myself. I have to nurture myself. I have to nurture myself to become good at day trading. And it takes time. I have to observe with eyes wide open. In my case, just one eye wide open. And I have to have my ears wide open. And I have to open up my heart and mind to accept what they say. Granted, there may be one or two people who are still making progress like myself, who are making videos, and if people somehow casually, one or two people who look at it and says, oh, that guy has no idea what he's doing. Of course. I have no idea what I'm doing. But there are people who understand. So I now realize why I cannot be yelling at myself, because I am a day trading baby right now. And it takes time. It takes time. So however long it takes,